Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about Supergirl!
Yay!
Yes.
Season 5, Episode 5, Dangerous Liaison.
Good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I expected more from it
Yeah.
because of like what we saw last week. Like they were like, big tidal wave, da 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 da.
Right.
Like,
they always make the promos seem
Kelly's
more...
on the on the coast.
But I mean, they always make the promos seem like more than they actually are.
I know, but it felt like it was going to be a bigger episode.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get...
Like, they make it seem like it's going to be like, oh my gosh, and you're going to freak out, and then you watch it and you're like, that's what it was?
Right? Like... Okay, I don't want to go on my negatives at this moment, because we just started the freaking thing. So what did you like about this episode?
I liked seeing Nia deal with that tidal wave.
Yes.
Hot damn.
Thought projection, or dream
Hot
projection,
damn.
or what?
Whatever, but it was awesome.
Dream waves.
And Brainy's acting in that one scene, like...
We were dying.
That was so good.
He was like, did it work? We were like, what? I mean, they're both mad at you, Brainy. Do you think it didn't work?
I love Brady. He's great.
For being a supercomputer, his mind really doesn't work that fast.
No, but Jesse Rath was really good in that scene.
Yes. Trying to chew through the wire. It's like,
yeah.
Not gonna work.
Yeah. And just also Kara and Jean trying to deal with the big tidal wave too. Like, not the wave itself, but like, you know,
the geyser.
The geyser, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, just seeing them work as a team and like helping each other. It was just,
I don't know. That also felt a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Like, the big climaxes of this episode, neither of them felt like they were resolved with enough gravitas that the moment needed.
Nice use of gravitas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was expecting more, like you said, from it. I mean, it's great that, I mean, we knew that they were gonna fix it, but it would have just been nice to have it be like this big epic thing, you know? And I felt like it was more with Nia than it was with Kara and Jean. Yeah. So, because like we'd never seen her use her powers that way.
Right.
So for her, it was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, like I didn't think she could actually do that.
Right. But I mean, we'd seen her use like a whip, but
right.
That was like an actual whip with thought protection. Like, when you saw her do that, you were like, crisis averted, awesome! And then you realize
that so many of the people...
It was only for that city.
Yeah.
For that section of the city. The rest of the coast got hit. Like, you don't realize that until they flash to the next day, and Kelly's watching the footage on TV. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And, like, the tsunami just, like, hit, and you saw the flooding everywhere. Mm-hmm. And that's when they decided to have Kelly break down. I'm confused by that.
Yeah, I was kind of like, why is she crying in the bathroom?
Well, I thought maybe, you know, the flooding, like, did some... I know she was in, like, Afghanistan, so, you know, tidal wave's not really a thing in the desert. But, you know, like, maybe a massive sandstorm buried something, and, you know, the idea of seeing buildings covered in water would bring back...
I think what triggered it for her was when she saw Alex.
No, yeah, but that that moment, the trigger moment, happened
before,
the day before.
Right.
It was established this was the next day.
Yeah.
So why are you having the trigger moment now? It should have happened when you saw it happening.
Right.
Like, that's how trigger moments will work.
Yeah.
It's not a,
maybe she just didn't realize that, like, the effect of it, like, it being that huge and killing that amount of people. I don't know. Yeah,
but she saw Dreamer handling the problem.
Yeah, I know.
So she knew that was going to be, I mean, she didn't know it was going to be taken care of, but if it wasn't, she was going to be gone along with Alex, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Initially, the reason that I thought she was upset was because she was
feeling sorry for everyone who died.
Yeah, or she was almost blaming herself because she was in the virtual reality when it was going on, and then she pulled herself out of it and saw that the wave was coming.
See, what I initially thought...
That's what I thought.
Right. But what I initially thought was that how many people were in the virtual reality when they were hit by the tidal wave?
Yeah. Probably most of them.
Right. Did she not see them die in the virtual reality? Like, that would have been something to focus on. That would have been a story.
Right.
Not, Alex almost died. No, she was crushed, but she wasn't because she has a dome of protection. Yeah. She's super Alex. Get the hell over it. You know what your girlfriend does. Right. And you've seen her in action before. Yeah. Like, you saw her fighting the Green Martian. The evil Green Martian. The White Martian. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Jean's brother. You saw her fighting him. You saw her fighting other things. Mm-hmm. On the front lines.
I think she took herself out of the reality before, like, she saw people dying in. But if she'd been in it a little longer, she probably would have noticed that happening and been like, why are these people...
we don't know at what part on the coast they're on.
Yeah.
So if they're further back inland, like, you know, on, like, that part, then the people over here would have got hit. Mm-hmm. So those people would have died instantly. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. So there would have been people on the server that died. Depending on...
for sure.
I mean, like, while she was still using it, depending on what part of the coast they were on.
That could have been what actually pulled her out of it. Like...
Yeah, because she did seem a little bothered.
She did.
And then when... Is this far enough in that I can talk about the negatives now? Sure. I just didn't want to start off with it.
I'll probably agree with you. If it's what I think you're thinking.
When I see a giant fucking tidal wave coming for me, my reaction isn't, oh, shit. Like, that was her reaction. Well, I'm fucked. No. It's like, turn and run the fuck away.
I'd be like, tidal wave. Right?
Like, it does not matter that I obviously stand no chance because it is way too close. I'm running the other way. Like, I am attempting to save my life, not like, oh,
I think,
shit.
I don't know, like, I feel like her reaction, the way that it was almost like showing that, you know, because she was in that virtual reality, she was still kind of like in that world and she wasn't even really realizing.
No, because she, like, undid it.
Well, I know.
And then, like, she looked around, she noticed people screaming and running.
And she just stood there.
And she just looked up and then stood. And I'm like...
It didn't even look like she was upset over the fact that Alex got crushed.
No, that's what she was crying about.
But I mean, then...
Right.
She should have just
She
been like,
looked like
Alex!
she was like, you know, kind of like proud of her.
She should have just been like, no!
Right?
Like, Alex!
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's fine to be proud of your girlfriend because she's saving people and she's super brave. But
she's
like,
not hunting things, but she's saving people. I had to. It was there. Well, technically, I guess she is hunting people. She just doesn't know who it is.
I can't. But yeah, like, the part I thought you were gonna be negative about was the way she was crying. Cause like, I felt like at first she's like, like that, and I'm like, is that how you actually cry? Like,
Yeah.
it just seemed really forced.
Yeah, I mean, but
At first,
also,
like, when she was like putting the water on her face, it did.
Mhm.
But then like when she was talking to Mia, it seemed more genuine.
Right.
But
it's also, I don't know what she's been in before, and frankly, I really don't care right now. But, whatever else she's been in, I wonder if she's had to fake cry before, because, you know, that bit needed a little help. But I forgave her because she pulled it off at the end.
Yeah, she did.
My issue is she obviously can't act with a green screen. Because we know the tidal wave was on a green screen.
Mhm.
Obviously.
It's like in the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean,
the actors are great actors.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't know how to act with the green screen.
You can't act without scenery.
Yeah.
When you're just acting off another person, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you can't interact with them.
But I mean, that's how it is.
the whole aspect of acting, is interacting with objects around you.
But I mean, that's how everything is filmed now. Not everything, but a lot of things.
Yeah, but you also have a lot of physical stuff.
Yeah, you do.
More physical stuff than green screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if kids can pretend that a green ball with a dot on it is a beaver talking to them in Narnia, then you fucking better be able to act like there's a damn tsunami coming right at your face when looking at a green board.
Right.
That's I mean, even if they were going to have her just stand there and accept her fate,
at least show something on her face.
You need to show the emotional,
like she literally was just had a stoic expression. Yeah. Like, okay.
It's not even like, I accept this. It's like, the world is just full of shit and I really don't care right now.
Yeah, it's just like okay.
Right.
Tidal waves come in. I'm not scared.
It's just like, oh, hi. Every
time I say the tidal waves coming, it makes me think of this song from a kids' songs thing, and it won't get out of my head.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that's my only, like, those are really my only.
I mean, look, she's getting better. She's improving. She still has to work on her expressions a little bit and her crying, but other than that, she's getting better.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
at least she's not staying the same. Like someone we constantly talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
For 4 seasons, because we didn't start it from the very beginning.
No. But we complained about it with each other before we started talking about it with you. So. But yeah, like. The William storyline, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Because every time I think his name is William, I end up thinking about Arrow, because that's the name of his son.
Yeah, his name is William.
So I'm like, I hear William in connection with the Arrowverse, and I don't think, oh look, it's that full of himself reporter, right?
Yeah.
I think Oh.
Who's probably going to be Kara's love interest. Son of a bitch. It'll be okay. Breathe.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want that.
No.
I just like to mess with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I just want her character to be happy.
Right.
I'm not always going to support the person that they put her with.
No.
But I want Kara to be happy because I like Kara.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. But I want to be happy about at least one couple on the show, and I mean,
You are happy about at least one couple on this show.
I'm happy that Alex loves someone. I'll be happier when
You're happy about Brainy and Nia.
Yes. That's true. I forgot about them.
How could you forget Brainy and Nia?
There was no Brainy Nia scenes tonight.
I know, but they're still together.
Since, like, 2 episodes.
I know.
So that's my whole thing.
But still.
Is that I have to remember that they actually got together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, I was thinking more of, like, the Danvers sisters.
Right.
Relationships. Because, like, I have nothing against Kelly. But, like we've been saying, she's not that great of an actress. She's learning, and we've seen the progression. She's obviously capable of learning and becoming better. But I'm not going to be happy with their relationship until she's a better actress.
Right.
So I would want to, I want to at least be happy with Kara's relationship.
And I mean, I don't feel like the actor who plays William is a bad actor.
No, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's a fantastic actor in other things where he's not a fucking dick.
I mean, I shipped Kara and James, but that didn't happen.
Right.
But the only couple that I actually liked her with was Monel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But Monel went back to the future to try and make it work with his wife, who he doesn't actually.
But she had her happy ending with him in real life because they're married. So.
Yeah. So I guess there's that at least.
Let's just hope this one lasts. Because the first time she married somebody that she worked with in Glee, and she got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the same thing doesn't happen.
Right. I'm just like, when it finally clicked with me that she's married, that means they're doing married people things. Which means that they need to get Kara with a guy soon in case she gets married people troubles, as in Prego.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have, oh look, Kara's pregnant!
Well, isn't the actress
who's she dating?
Isn't the actress who plays Tess actually pregnant this season? Because didn't she say at Comic-Con that she was pregnant?
Yeah, but she's not on it a lot.
Yeah.
And did you notice in this episode she's hiding behind a clipboard?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they pull that off in movies all the time.
I know.
Like, ScarJo was pregnant when shooting one of the Avengers movies.
Gal Gadot was pregnant when she did Wonder Woman too.
How she still fit in that outfit?
She was only like 3 or 4 months pregnant.
Okay.
But she was still pregnant.
Yeah.
So.
But, you know, they find ways around it. And if you notice, there were shots in the movie where they filmed the majority of the scenes with her behind her shield.
Right.
Whether or not she was fighting, she was holding her shield in front of her. Those were probably the days when she actually started showing.
Yeah.
During filming.
Because, I mean, it takes a long time to film those superhero movies.
Yeah. So they probably filmed those, you know, shield-using moments.
Right.
When she was
showing. No, I know. Like, and it doesn't really matter with Tessa's character so much because she's not, like, as main, as big of a character on the show as
you
Kara
can see it in her physique. She's obviously eating for 2.
Yeah, like, she's glowing.
And she's chunky.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for. But yeah, she is glowing. But yeah, I mean, like, it's amazing, and I hope she's gonna be a great mommy.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. I enjoy her.
Oh yeah, she is. She's really good. But yeah, like, I agree. I mean, what? Kara's supposed to be, like, how old on the show? Like, in her late 20s?
Maybe.
Like, early 30s?
I don't think she's that old in the show.
Okay.
I want to say that Alex is... I mean, Alex is the older sister.
Yeah.
I want to say she just turned 30, 31.
Yeah.
That makes Kara about 28, 27.
Yeah. So right our age.
She's younger than us, and she's doing more with her life. I hate doing that to myself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah. So I
Did
mean,
you get your invitation to your 10-year this year?
My high school's not even doing one.
We were told we were gonna do one, and then I never got an invitation.
Like, I was trying to see if there was even any information for it, and it didn't even look like anything was put together. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess people don't care or whatever.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the people that I graduated with don't even live in this area anymore. So there's only like a certain amount of people that still do.
Yeah.
So
you can do that. You can do math to assess our age. Have fun.
Anyway, she is around the age to be married and have children.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if they're gonna put her with somebody, they should have it be. They shouldn't do what they constantly do with her characters when they put her in a relationship, where she's just like, "Oh, I'm briefly gonna be with somebody, and then I decide that I need to be by myself and independent because I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need no man."
Yeah.
But just because you're strong and independent doesn't mean you still don't want to be with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fine. You can still be with somebody and still be that kind of a woman.
Yeah. Alex is proving that.
Of course. So, that's why it really bothers me when they're just like, oh, in order for them to maintain the way that they currently are, they have to not be with someone.
Right. But I'm sorry, the Arrowverse is chock full of them. You have Alex, you have
Felicity.
Lila. I was trying to think of Lila's name.
Well, Melissa Benoist was born in 1988, so she's 31.
Yeah, but the character, like,
the character's probably about 27 or 28, but she's 31.
Yeah, she's older than us. It's fine.
And Alex is 37.
Fuck, she looks amazing.
Her birthday's 5 days before mine.
Nice.
But she's 9 years older than me.
Do the math. We're the same age.
You're older than me by 4 months and 1 day.
But like I was saying, you have Alex, you have Lila, you have Felicity, you have Sarah and Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you cannot tell me that Laurel from Earth 2 was not having relations with that version of Arrow. He was one of the Black Hoods in our universe. He was the dude that he was like some rich guy. Yeah. They're always fucking rich guys. But I mean, so that's 6. And then Iris. I mean,
hell yes.
Like, damn. Like, Cecile. You have all these strong, independent women. Caitlin's not in a relationship.
No.
So, you have all these strong, independent women that are in relationships. Whether or not it's with a man. The majority of them are. So.
Veronica, who used to be.
And I mean, you can put, Nia, that was her name. Yeah, you can put Nia in there too. Mm-hmm. You know? So.
And Lena, even though she's not in a relationship anymore.
Right, she was with James.
But yeah, I mean, like, I just hope that if they're gonna do that this season, that they actually are planning it for the long haul and having her actually be with somebody for a long amount of time.
Yeah, because you can't just have her, like, she can't just show up she can't just go on summer break with her husband and like phone in, hey guys, sorry, I'm pregnant, we need to write into next year's script.
Right.
Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It'll work, but she needs a boyfriend first in the show. She needs a relationship.
I don't know, what she's thinking.
Right.
But she's probably not going to have children until she's done doing this role.
I mean, sometimes mistakes happen.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, because of, like, the hours,
right.
And because of how much she has to do for the role, she's probably putting that off.
I know. I'm just saying it's a precaution they need to start looking into.
Oh, no, I agree.
Because sometimes it just happens.
Right, it could happen.
Whether or not you use protection, it happens. Protection is only 99%. There's still that 0.1%.
Or 97%, depending on what kind of protection it is.
Yeah.
Because in the case of Ross and Rachel, it was 97, and he's like, what? And he's like, they should put that on the box. And she's like, they do. Yeah. And he's like, well, they should put it in big block letters. It's like,
you're not blind.
Yeah.
You know how to read. I hope that if you know how to use one, you know how to read the fucking box.
It's like, if you know how to use one, you should know that just because you're using it doesn't mean that it's gonna always work. You should have the common sense to know that. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we use protection. It's like, that doesn't matter. Yeah. It can still happen.
There could be a hole on it. You could put it on wrong somehow. Or,
There's lots of things that could happen.
Now we're having sex ed on our Supergirl review.
No, but, like, it's true. I mean, it could.
Practice on a banana first, guys.
Because she's married now, like, it could happen.
Right.
So they should be like, all right, let's put her with a boyfriend, and if it happens, all right, it can be written into the story.
Right. Like, let's give her an actual relationship. She's been on and off again for 4 years.
Yeah.
She needs a guy. I mean, she doesn't need one, but you know what I mean. Like,
if she wants that.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously wants a future with a husband, or she wouldn't be trying so hard.
Right.
But
I just don't want it to be William.
No. I don't need another William in this series.
But, like, so are you surprised that it worked with Lena, with the whole thing? Like, yeah.
I'm surprised like, I knew Lena would not be able to go for that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, she better not.
Right.
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, if she does that, there will be no redemption for her character. Like, they will have just screwed her over.
When she agreed to it, like...
When she agreed to it, I was like, what the... Like, what?
I died on the inside just a little bit, even though, like, I was staring at her face so intensely.
Yeah.
I was like, you have to be working an angle. Like, even though I was dying inside, I still had faith that she would be that she would be true to who she
Like,
is.
I was like worried. Because, I mean, I was hoping she wouldn't do it, but I was worried because I was like, well, the thing that she's already planning, I don't necessarily like. So if she does this, it's going to be even worse, you know? So, but I'm glad she didn't because, like I said, that would have been really bad.
Yeah.
And the writers would have done something else and ruined a character that we like.
Yeah.
And I would have had to, like, go punch someone. It's like, who do I have to smack?
Who do I have to smack like the four-armed man? Crack. I just killed someone.
I didn't intend for it to go that far.
Right. But yeah, I was dying on the inside because I was like, no. But
And
I
then,
still had faith,
yeah,
you know, that she wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. And then when, like, he got mad that she wasn't going to, and
Yeah.
she controlled him.
She's like, you like it here, don't you? I like it here very much.
And I'm just like,
I died. I was like, holy hell! I was so speechless. I just sat there clapping.
yeah, and I'm just like, I don't even know.
And then after a while of clapping, I busted up laughing.
Did.
Like, I could not respond to what I saw. I was incapable of a correct response.
I'm just like shocked. I was like, what?
It killed me and I couldn't respond.
Yeah.
I was in shock. It was amazing. I love it.
Yeah. And I mean, it takes a lot to render you speechless.
It does. You guys have no idea. You think you do?
Just like it takes a lot to make you cry, it takes a lot to make you speechless.
Yeah. No lie.
Yeah. I mean, I think what she's doing can only end badly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna be good. When she puts that out into the world, like, everybody's
not planning on mass producing the thing. She wants to be in control of it.
Yeah, but if it gets in the wrong hands, she won't be.
Yeah. Leviathan's gonna get a hand on it. Totally.
Especially if Andrea Rojas is involved.
Well, I mean, it seems like she's in the same boat as Lena.
Yeah.
You know, like, she comes from a family where...
But, I mean, Kelly is running that whole Obsidian tech.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Oh, just that part.
Just that part, but, I mean, Lena's also, like, helping out with it, right? Or no?
No, Lena lost her privileges when she was caught hacking into the ocular devices.
Oh, okay. But anyway, like, let's just hope that only Lena's producing it and it doesn't get put in the wrong hands. Because if it does, then everybody's just going to be mind controlled. And, you know, if she wants to use it on one specific person, then use it on one specific person. Don't use it on everyone. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's inherently in our nature. That stuff, we're gonna do those things, not necessarily like because we want to or because we like to, but just because that's who we are as human beings. And she can try to alter it, and she will and is, but it's not the natural way of doing things. So, you know, it's anything that's going to alter human identity or anything that we do as a species is not going to be good unless it's used in the correct way. So,
yeah.
And I mean, I know the reasoning behind why she's doing it.
It's a good reason. But
It is a
doing
good
the
reason.
wrong thing for the right reasons doesn't make it the right thing.
Exactly. And I know she's hurt, and I know she feels betrayed, and she wants to make it so people stop hurting each other. I get it. But, you know, doing something like that is taking away people's freedom, because you're essentially controlling that aspect of their mind. And it's just, I don't know. When that gets in, when you deal with stuff like that and you tinker with things, it can cause a lot of problems. Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Lena, and I feel bad for her.
Right.
But I don't agree with what she's doing.
Oh, hell no. No.
But I am glad that she didn't agree to letting him kill his brother.
Yeah. I think it's not only because it's morally and ethically against what she believes and stuff, but I think that even though she was hurt by them, she still sees Jean as, like, she knows Jean.
Yeah.
She's not going to help someone kill Jean. Like,
right.
He used to be someone that she loved and admired, and I'm sure she will again. But, like, even if you're in a fight and you hate someone's guts, even though you love them, like, you're not going to want to kill them.
Right.
And if you do, it's not real. Like,
or
the
there's
urge
something
isn't real.
Yeah, or you have, a disorder, or you have something and you need to, I don't know, you need to talk to somebody. Help. Yeah. Because a lot of times if you're having violent thoughts about someone, you might have a disorder or something like that. So, and I'm not trying to, say that mental health is an excuse for people doing the things that they do, but there are times where that is the cause. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, in his case, he just wants revenge.
Yeah.
So he just wants to do that. Like, that's what he wants to do.
I mean, technically speaking, he has, within Martian law, I believe he has every right. Like,
But he said that he can't harm him in that way.
Because they're brothers.
Yeah, and under Martian law, you can't do that.
Well, no, he just physically can't do that.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of feel like Martian law within the confines of murder and revenge kind of stems from, like, the older, like, what humans used to do, like, kind of like Vikings and stuff like that. Like,
right.
If someone was killed, you didn't wait around for the next day. You fucking got all the men in the village and went to go pillage the one that killed your friend.
Exactly.
Like, right away. Like, that's what happened. You just instantly got revenge.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, but it's more, like, legal. Like, it's done in a legal basis. But since he's the only Martian left, there's no law with which to do it with.
Right.
And with the brother being a green-white Martian, he, like, there really is no laws that would cover it, but with Jean having essentially murdered his brother within the eyes of their species, his brother has every right to take revenge.
Yeah.
Because that means that his father never knew him. And, that's not okay.
No.
That means that staff that Jean had last season, with the memories of his people, that staff will never remember that the traitor was his brother. that staff will never know who the traitor was.
Mm-hmm.
Or why he was.
Right.
Because of Jean.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't condone it.
No.
But I do see it as possibly legal within Martian law.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that if the Martian people were still around and Jean brought back the memory of him, I'm sure that even though he's a traitor to the people and everything like that, he would still be put to trial, Jean, found guilty, and probably killed. So I don't see any difference with his brother taking revenge.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Was there anything else that we needed to talk about? The best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Russell's the four-armed man.
He is, and he's being controlled by the Leviathan.
Remember, I called it before we found out?
Yes.
I do that a lot.
Sometimes it's easy to predict. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it is pretty predictable.
Yeah.
Sometimes with me, I just don't always catch it. So I'm just like watching and I'm like, oh!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Because, I mean, he was saying there was no body, so obviously he wasn't dead.
Right? If there's no body, they're not dead.
If there's no body, they are not dead. Except in the case of Logan. That's the only time when we have not seen the body that it was confirmed that he is actually dead.
Well, I mean, technically in Batwoman, they had the body, because they had skull fragments.
We didn't see the body. We just saw the bomb go off. So we didn't know. We didn't see him. Mm-hmm. But the guy's like, yeah, he's definitely dead.
Because it's impossible to get a body double thrown in there, and
because Rob Thomas is a stupid dickwad who needs to freaking write better television. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Hashtag forever bitter.
This is more than bitter now.
I am mad.
This is more than being mad.
I am angry. I'm still taking out my rage.
That's not Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. This isn't technically, you're not technically scorned. This is a woman's rage.
It's true. You screwed us all over. And we will not forgive you.
I'm not even gonna finish the show. There's no point. But, yeah, I think they're probably gonna try and figure out how to save the friend.
Probably, yeah. I just wonder what they're gonna have Andrea do, about it, because they, the lady approached her.
The Leviathan lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
asleep.
My ankle is killing me for some reason. I think that she's kind of like Lena, like I was saying earlier. Mm-hmm. Within the fact that Lena is from the Luthor family and she's trying to run away from that.
Right.
But Andrea is from, her family is the Leviathan. Mm-hmm. And she's trying to run from that.
Yeah.
At least that's kind of what I understand from what William was telling us. Mm-hmm. Well, when we had flashbacks with William and the friend was telling William about it,
Andrea.
Then that's kind of what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I guess the question is she actually going to help Leviathan, or is she actively trying to run away like Lena was?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen.
So I guess
until next time,
love yourself and be
happy!